So for number 9, dy dx equals 1/2 xy. And we want to find the original equation y equals f of x using this point. Right? It has to go through this point. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply both sides by dx. We get dy equals 1/2 xy dx. But we need the x's with dx, the y's with dy, so we're going to divide both sides by y. And we get 1 over y dy equals 1/2 x dx. So now that the variables are separated, we can do the antiderivative of each side. Antiderivative of 1 over y is natural log of absolute value of y. Antiderivative of 1/2 x, we add 1 to the exponent, so it becomes x squared. Divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2, we get 1/4 x squared plus c. Now we need to figure out what c is. So we're going to use that initial condition, plug that in to figure out c. So we're putting 0 in for x, negative 1 in for y. Since there's an absolute value there, we just end up with natural log of 1 again, equals 0 plus c. So again, natural log of 1 is just 0. So c equals 0. That means our equation is natural log of absolute value of y equals just 1/4 x squared. But we need to solve this for y. We need to have the equation in the form y equals f of x. So to do that, we're going to raise each side e to this power and e to this power. So e to the natural log of absolute value of y. These are inverse functions. They cancel out, and we're left with absolute value of y. Over here, we're left with e to the 1/4 x squared. But we need it to be just y again, so we're going to split this up and look at the two possibilities and figure out which one makes sense for this problem. Y has to equal e to the 1/4 x squared, or y equals negative e to the 1/4 x squared. If we look at our initial condition, what's our y value? Negative, right? So our y value has to equal a negative. Well, that's going to be this one. Right? The other way, like we said in the last problem, plug this in for x. So if we put 0 in for x here, we get e to the 0, which just comes out to be positive 1. But we need it to be negative 1. If we put 0 in here, e to the 0 is 1 times the negative, we get negative 1. So your homework